Okay. More than 70 students are there. Okay. So, is the screen visible? Yes, I'm sharing you a screen. Please tell me that if is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yes, up till the up till now we have conducted 2 lectures of CIP. Okay, and our last lecture was on the 4th of October. So it's now today is 8th of October. So in the last 2 lectures, we were discussing about the importance of English language. We have discussed it before, but for those who were not present in that slot or before 2 months, I have to repeat for them once again. And as it is the format of our Sveriges Institute, our college, we have to revise this content once again for the sake of your understanding. Okay, so in the last lecture we were discussing about the importance of English. We have discussed about what is the language and what we study or what we should do for improving the language and other stuff. Okay, so why do we learn English language? This also we have discussed in the last lecture. And reasons to learn English, so we have discussed it in the last lecture. And the importance and need of the English language, we were discussing about this. Okay, so as you know that the importance of this English language, and that is why this language is taught as a basic language in every state. Okay, so speaking internationally, it would be really difficult to prosper in this world without knowing this language. Oh, and if we want to be good at this language, we want to be a very excellent in this language, we should know the different uh, communication skills regarding this language. Okay, so speaking internationally, it would be really difficult to prosper in this world without knowing this language. From this line, we can say that if we want to be internationally famous, or if we want to be internationally known to the people of all over the world, we should do the things that should reach the people. And how that will reach to the people? The things that we are doing, that will reach to the people when we are doing it in their language, or we are conveying the things, or we are doing that things by using this language. Okay, so English language is the medium to show our talent or to show our abilities. Okay, so that is why internationally speaking, it would be really difficult to prosper in this world without knowing this English language. When it comes to globalization, the first language that comes in our mind is of English. So as you know that globalization, the term globalization, the globalization means uh, we people from all over the world, all over the globe, we come in contact with each other, and we come in, we come near to each other. Okay, we come in contact with each other, with ease. Okay, and what made this? Because of globalization. And globalization means coming in contact or coming in a connection with each other, and this becomes possible because of the social sites or social media apps that we are using daily. So these are the social media apps, for example, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter. Now India has launched one more app, that is Koo. So these are the social media sites that we access for to communicate with the people whom we know or whom we don't know even. Okay, so that is why globalization has made it easy, and that is why people came close to each other. These are the fruits that we are gaining. Okay, we are obtaining from globalization. We are speaking to each other, or we are communicating with each other. I'm sitting in college and conducting this lecture. You are listening it at your home, at sitting at your home. So this is also the fruit of globalization. This also is the good uh, or advantage of this globalization term. Because of this internet revolution, network revolution, we had uh, come close to each other. Okay, so these are the fruits of globalization, that I'm sitting here and conducting your lecture. You are sitting there. You may far from me. You may in Pandharpur, or you may in your city or in your village itself. But you are listening it uh, without any interruption or without any fail. Okay, because of this globalization. And what made it easy? It becomes easy because of the technical revolution, network revolution. Okay, and it made it, we can communicate with each other easily with the help of the language, and that language is nothing but the English language. If I'm going to talk with you, I'm going to speak, if I want to speak with you, just a second. Yes, if I want to speak to you with the help of other language, let's take it as Marathi. If I want to speak with you in a Marathi, so will it be possible, or will it reach to you what I'm saying, what I'm conveying you? Uh, because there are other peoples who are not from this state also. Okay, they are from out of state also, but because of globalization and as we are communicating with the communication language, that is lingua franca, we call it as, it is the English language. Okay, and that is why it becomes very easy to know to each other, to reach to each other. Okay, and next is to create a world of ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant. The English language plays a key role. Okay, so the world is made up of different regions, different continents, different countries. Okay, so there are more than 190 countries in the world at the present state, and uh, to create the world of ethically responsible. Ethically means what? Having some moral values. Okay, so to create the world of ethically responsible, equitable means everyone is same at the same level. No one is uh, more equal, or no one is greater. Okay, and no one is lesser. Okay, So equitable, that is called as having equal merits. Okay. So, and tolerant means what? Tolerant means uh, to make ourselves or to behave without violence. Okay. Okay. uh, so this is also called as the tolerant. The English language plays a key role. Okay, so English language plays a key role to create the world of ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant people. You can get information from each field. In business communication with customers and other delegates, it is very important to exchange and share our thoughts and innovations. Thus the business grows. So for growing our business also, we have the we have the best option of sharing our innovations or ideas with people uh, by using this English language. Okay, you can share it with your mother tongue also, but to reach the global crowd, to reach the foreign countries, you will have to use the English language for your uh, uh, product. Okay, so for the marketing of your product that you are making or preparing. Okay, so that is why you can get information from each field and business communication with customers and other delegates. So in business also, you will have to communicate the people or the customers or other delegates by using or by communicating with them with English language. Okay, so it is very important to exchange and share our thoughts, and for that we should exchange and share our thoughts by using this language, and we should share our innovations also by using this language, and that is the after that that will be resulted in our growth of our business. So this is the importance and the need of the English language that we are discussing. Then speaking about the next point, that is English is the international common tongue. So let's discuss about this point also. There are several factors that make the English language essential for communication in our current time. So there are several factors that made this language essential for communication and important language that we use. So let's discuss them. First of all, it is the most common foreign language. So you know that there are many foreign languages also, like French or German, but English is the most common in between them that we use. As Britishers were the rulers for more than 150 years on our country, they left that influence behind on us. Okay, and that is the that's why we are uh, at this position of the development. Okay, so first of all, it is the most common foreign language. This means that two people who come from different countries, for example, Mexico or Sweden. Okay, so let's you can take any example, any country as a name. Okay, so when the two people from different countries meet to each other, they usually use English as a common language, okay, to communicate. When you go, you will go to the countries, foreign countries. If you will go to the European countries, then what will you do is that you will use the English, okay, to communicate the people there, because they don't know your language, they are unknown with your language. Okay, they don't know where you are where do you come from, and which is your mother tongue and which is your official language, they will only hear you, or they will only understand you when you will use them, or will you will communicate with them by using this language. Okay, and that is why this language is also called as the lingua franca, that is connection language. This language is also called as lingua franca, that is connection language. That's why everyone needs to learn the language in order to interact at international level. So for interacting at the international level, if we if we want to interact with the customers of foreign countries, or if we are trading with them, then which language we'll use? We'll use only the English language, because we don't know their language and they don't know our language. Okay, they don't know our mother tongue and we don't know their mother tongue. So common language that can be used, or that can be that will be usable, is the only English language, and that is why we interact with international level by using this language. The next point is, speaking it will help you communicate with people from countries all over the world, not just English speaking ones. So speaking in this language will help you. In what direction it will help you? It will help you in to communicate with the people from different countries all over the world. So you can connect with the, or you can communicate uh, by connecting with the people from all over the world by just uh, only by speaking with them in English, or by communicating with them with English language. Okay, and not just English speaking ones. So you will communicate, or you will start communication with other country people also. Okay, the people accept the England, or people accept the American continent. Okay, so you can speak with them and communicate with them with this language. Okay, so this is about the English as the international common term. Then next is the language of education. So this is also one more point that makes this language the most important language. English is the also the language of education. And why it is so? Because English is the most modern language. It can be modified, it can be uh, it can be advanced. Okay, so how it can be modified? They are adding every year these English dictionary. We can see that they are adding different words from all over the world, uh, which are not English words. Okay, so from Indian itself, from Indian language itself, we can see that roti and juggi and other words, jugaad, like these words, they are adding as a words in their language. Okay, so that is why it becomes very important and most suitable language. Okay, so it is also the language of education. How it is the language of education? Let's see. English is also essential to the field of education. So as it is very essential language, we are learning, or we are studying our any syllabus or any subject as by using English as a medium of education. Okay, so in many countries, children are taught and encouraged to learn English as a second language. Okay, so we can see that in many countries there are governments, and that governments are encouraging or they are teaching their children, or they're motivating their children to learn English as a second language. In India itself, we are learning English as a second language. Okay, our first language is our official language, that is Hindi language, and for states, we can say that the state language or mother tongue of that state is the first language of that state. And second language we are learning and we are using as an official language is the English language. So that is why it is the also called as the language of education. The next point we will see is that almost 90% of educational subjects are written in English. So you will find there are more than 90% of subjects having their material, having their educational material, which is written in this language. Okay, so this becomes most important point. Okay, so more than 90% of educational subjects are written in English. As you are studying or you are doing this course of engineering, uh, Bachelor of Engineering, you are studying, you are engineers. So you know that your subjects, all of your subjects from first year itself are having their medium, and that medium is the English medium. Okay, and not a regional language or not a state language, or we can't study these technical subjects uh, and language subjects, various computer language subjects, with the help of our mother tongue. Okay, so that is why we use English as a language of medium, and more than 90% of educational subjects are written in this language. Even in the countries where it is not an official language, such as the Netherlands or Sweden, we will find many syllabi in science and engineering are written in English. So there are countries like Netherlands and Sweden, these two countries. We can say that these are the only two countries that don't have English as an official language. There are many countries like Netherlands and Sweden, but I have just mentioned it uh, as an example. Okay, so even in the countries where it is not an official language, such as Netherlands and Sweden, we will find many syllabi, or we will find many curriculum in science and engineering are written in English. You know that engineering is the most important career subject, or it is the most important course in career course. So if we have our syllabus in our language, then will it be possible to reach or to make innovations of world ranking? It won't be possible, because we have limited our sources and we have limited our reach to only our mother tongue and only our region. To be internationally famous or to be internationally known, we have to use this English language for our medium of research or for medium of our writing. Okay, so that is why it is the important to know that uh, English is the language of education. So because of it, because it is the dominant language in the sciences, most of the research and studies you find in any scientific field has been written in it as well. So you will find many scientific research and the studies or research papers uh, regarding the scientific field, you will find it uh, in English language only, okay, and not your mother tongue. You can translate it to your mother tongue, but uh, to be known, to be world famous, you really have to use this English language as a medium, okay. So because it is the dominant language in the sciences, why it is dominant language in the sciences? Because we are learning many rules and laws and many facts regarding with the or connecting with the sciences and technology by this language, English language. And most of the research and studies you find in any scientific field has been written in it as well. So most of the research and studies that are made by scientists, you can find it in any scientific field, and they has been written in this English language itself, okay. So this is the importance of this language. At the university level, students in many countries study almost all their subjects in English as a medium in order to make the material more accessible to the international students. So, as you are the university level students, you are UG students, undergraduate students, you know that students in many countries study almost all their subjects. Means you are you are doing or you are studying in engineering course, so you know that your subjects are having their material which is written in the English language, okay, and not in Marathi or not in Hindi or not in Sanskrit or any other language, because it won't it don't be possible to study them with the help of our language. To translate them, it will be a very difficult job. So at the university level, students in many countries study almost all their subjects in English as a medium in order to make the material more accessible to the international students. So many of the universities are doing these things, that they are translating whatever innovations they have made, their scientists have made, they are translating them by using this English language. They are using English language for translating their research work, and they are spreading this knowledge at the university level students, okay. To the university level students, they are spreading this knowledge. So many countries study almost all their subjects in English as a medium in order to make the material more accessible. So in order to make this material, the innovations that are happening or that are doing, that their scientists are doing for uh, getting their access, for making their access more easy to the international students, they are using this English language for that translation of that innovations or research, okay. So that is why this is also the called as the language of education. The next is the travel and business. So you know that in foreign countries, if you want to travel to the whole world, or if you want to travel outside of India, then we will have to use this language for communication purpose. We can't use our Hindi language, or we can't use our Marathi language, we can't use our state language for communication purpose, okay. So for travel and business also this thing applies, okay. So let's see how it is going to be apply for that. With good understanding and communication in English, you can travel around the globe. Okay. So with good understanding of this language, that is English language or any other foreign language, and communication in English. Okay. So if we are doing our communication by using this language in communication, we are communicating with the people from all over the world with the help of this language. By using this language, you can travel around the globe. So you can travel to the foreign countries, to the eastern countries, to the western countries. Okay. So the main condition is that, or the basic priority or basic condition is that you must know this language and you must have to use this language as a medium. Okay. So this is about the travel for traveling purpose, because it is the international language for foreigners, and it is also called as the international language. And because of that, uh, you will have to use this language for traveling and other purposes. Okay. So the next is English skills will also help you in any business venture you choose to follow. So if you want to follow different business ventures or any business venture, English skills or speaking skills in English will help you a lot. Why it help you? It will help you to grow your business, to make your product uh, accessible, to make your product and to make its advertisement also. Okay. So this is the importance of English. Okay. If you visit some offices, companies, governmental organizations, engineering companies, you will see the importance of English. So as now you are learning in third year, within few months there will be a batch of more companies. Okay. And you will find that more and more companies are visiting to your college for recruiting you people. Okay. And for that, for getting a recruitment or for getting a job at any company or at any MNC, multinational company, or any IT company, the basic requirement is to have a knowledge of good communication in English. Okay. To have a good in English. Not you can, they are not expecting you to be the best. Okay. They are not expecting you. They are not expecting you that you, how much you are fluent in English, how much you can, how much fast can you speak with them, how much can you how much fast can you communicate with them. Okay. They will see that are you good at your English, are you using English language in good manner, or are you speaking with them grammatically correct or not. Okay. So that is why it becomes very important to learn this language. So if you want to choose any business venture, or when we will visit some offices of multinational companies, or if we will visit governmental organizations or engineering companies, you will see the importance of this language. Okay. So this is the importance. Any big company will hire their professional staff after getting to know whether the people they are hiring are good at English or not. So they are hiring you on the basis of how effectively you are communicating with them. Okay, are you good at your English or not? Okay, they are not expecting best knowledge, but they are expecting the good knowledge of this language. Then next is companies who want to function at international level only consider their staff well educated if they are good English speakers, writers, and readers. So they are not expecting more than that. Okay, companies who want to function at an international level, who want to grow their business at international level, they will only consider their staff well educated, and uh, that staff should be good at English. Okay, that staff should be good English speaker. He must know, or he must have the knowledge of the English writing, or writing communications in English, and reading communications in English. Okay, so they will see that while recruiting you people. Okay, so this is about the travel and business. Then next is resources make learning English easy. So let's see that. Although many people think that it is very difficult and confusing, English is actually the easiest language of the world to learn because there are so many resources available. So uh, though people think that it is very difficult and confusing language, but it is not that much difficult or that much confusing language. Though it is confusing, it has its grammar confusing. There are many words who are doing confusion. Okay, having two different meanings but same voice. Okay, or same intonation, but uh, that doesn't matter. Okay, so although people think that it is the difficult language and confusing language, this is not that much right. Okay, it is actually the easiest language of the world to learn. And why it becomes easy? It becomes easy because there are many sources. There are many resources they uh, to study this language or to learn this language. Okay, so you can find millions of resources that are made for making this language easy and accessible. As soon as you decide you want to learn, there are thousands of resources on internet and in bookstores. So you can find thousands of resources, millions of resources on internet and bookstores. The next is you can supplement traditional learning material with children's TV shows. So if you want to learn this language quickly, or if you want to learn this language uh, with ease, you will what your advice is to watch children's TV shows and read the comic books. Okay, that are written by using this language, or by uh, conveying the material, or by conveying their uh, write-ups in this language. Okay, so you can supplement traditional learning material with children's TV shows like cartoons, or like learning shows. Okay, and books means comic books, or you may uh, use newspapers also for starting this uh, reading practice. Okay, so next is I suggest watching as much TV as you can in English with English subtitles. So as you are very fond of the Hollywood movies, you know that there are many Hollywood movies which are famous. like Harry Potter, then Marvel series. Okay, so what you will have to do is you will have to watch these TV programs or watch these movies by uh, using the subtitles that are uh, by using the subtitles below that picture. Okay, so there are also uh, facility of that. You can watch the TV shows or movies by using the subtitles. Okay, so that will make your English also better. Then and you will pick up conversational English in no time. So by practicing this, you will pick up your practice or your conversation English in no time, or within few time you will learn this. Then last is the it is the language of internet and press. So on the internet, most websites have written content in English. Even sites in other languages offer them the option to translate the site. So you can find that on the internet, the most of the websites and their content and their material is available in this language, English language. And even the most of the sites of other languages also offer the option of translation. Okay, so if we are searching some English content, and if we can't grasp it, or we can't make the meaning out of it, so you will also use the translator. Okay, so that translator is available there itself. Okay, when you start internet and want the translation from English to Marathi or Marathi to English, you can translate it by using translator. Okay, so it is the language of internet and press. It is the primary language of press. More newspapers and books are written in English than any other language. So most of the newspapers, you will find it in India also, and in the foreign countries also. You will find it in English language. We have the newspapers that are in our mother tongue also, but to know the international happenings or events, we have to use or we have to read the newspaper which is in English language. Okay, so you can start with the newspapers like Times of India, then Hindu, or the Indian Express, for speeding up your English communication. Okay, so due to these reasons, English becomes most important language. Okay, so this is point. This is the last point, that is internet and press. So the summary of this chapter or summary of this session is that English is the language of business, as the most of the business in the world is we are doing it by using this language. Okay, so it is the also the language of education. uh, most of the educational material, we can see that it is written in this language. Okay, and it is also the language of knowledge and learning. So for getting the knowledge of all over the world, or for learning purpose, we will choose or we will opt for this option only. Okay, we'll opt for this language only, because we don't have that much practice of other foreign languages like French or Germany or Italian. Okay, We don't have that much practice. Or Arabian. Okay, so we have this English language, uh, uh, and we can practice with it. So next is the traveling. For traveling purpose, for uh, doing a tour, or for touring to the foreign countries also, we have to use this language, okay, for communication. Then you will find the job opportunities. If you are good at this language, you can communicate with the ease by using this language, okay. So you will find the different job opportunities. Then this is also the window to the world. Why it is window to the world? Because we are watching, or we are observing the events, or we are seeing towards the world by using this window, okay. As we stand in the at the window and uh, start looking at the various pictures, or various objects, or various living, non-living things that are behind that window, we observe it, and we take pleasure out of it. So from this window also, consider this English language as the window, and you will see that you can you are doing this journey, okay. You are doing this journey towards this world, and it is becoming very easy, okay. So that is why English is the important language. The next is uh, internet and press. So it is also the language of internet and press. That we are accessing this internet, and we are reading our newspapers, we are listening to news also by using this language. Then next is science and engineering. Yes, the next point is the science and engineering. So as you know that you are science students, or you are engineering students, uh, all of the subjects that you are studying, all of the subjects, all of the curriculum, uh, all of the study material, you are getting the access, and you are getting this access because it is written in English language, okay. It is written or translated in English language. If you want to translate it into Marathi, or if you want to translate it in your own mother tongue, it will be tedious, or it will be difficult job to grasp that material, okay. So that is why it is the language of science and engineering also. And next is globalization. The final point is of the globalization. As globalization has made it easy to come close to each other. So we are communicating with each other. You are listening to this lecture at your home itself, and I'm dictating it from this college. These are the fruits of globalization. And what made this globalization easy? This English language and its study has made this globalization easy. Because of this uh, the English language and research that are made, or that are translated by using this language, that internet revolution had become easy, and that is why we got come close to each other, okay. And these are the fruits of the globalization, that we are talking with each other, we are uh, speaking with each other at from uh, means at most of the far distance also, okay. So these are the uh, important points that we have for this English language. Okay, importance of this English language we have discussed in this lecture, and we have completed this unit. So from the next lecture we will start our actual grammatical part. Okay, so that much from this lecture. Thank you for joining this lecture. लेक्चर संपतंय आपलं. आता काय करायचं तुम्ही, तुमचं जे रोल नंबर आहे, तुम्हाला जे रोल नंबर तुमच्या सीसीन कडून दिलेले आहेत ते तेवढं तुमच्या चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये मेसेज करा. कारण because I don't have that much time to take the roll call of 180 students or 160 students. More than 150 students are there in your class. Okay, so just chat your roll number in the chat box and you can leave this meeting. Okay. Message your roll number in the chat box and leave this meeting so that it will be on record that you were present for this meeting. Okay. Do chat your roll number and division also. Yes, I will say that your division also you will have to mention in that message. Okay, means if you are from A division, A and your roll number. If you are from B division, then you will have to write B50 or B16 or B20. Okay. Okay, all of you have chatted your roll number in the chat box. Shall I end this meeting from my side? Okay. Okay, so thank you for joining this lecture and listening to me. We will see the next part of this course in the next lecture. Thank you. I will end this meeting from my side. Till the time anybody has left without writing his roll number or mentioning his roll number, please mention your roll number and then you can leave this meeting. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining this meeting. See you in the next lecture.